Another late review, but better late than never. Again, time for my Rise of the Skywalker review, or Star Wars Rise of Skywalker review. Alright, so I just want to start by saying that I disagree with most of the people who didn't like it. I absolutely love this movie. It's a ton of fun. It's just like a classic J.J. Abrams movie. It honestly felt like classic Star Wars, so I don't know really what they were talking about. Um, yeah, it's a ton of fun. The space battles, the uh, fight scenes down on the ground, all of it was amazing. It's just visually appealing to look at. Absolutely stunning, beautiful film. The score from John Williams was perfect, of course. The score is always perfect. Um, this honestly is like difficult to do because a lot of people have been like trying to convince me to hate the movie, but I just don't. I don't. I really like this movie. I like it a lot. It's my favorite of the sequels for sure. Uh, Much better than The Last Jedi. Better than what was that one called? The Force Awakens. Um, it's just a much more fun, exciting movie. Um, this is gonna be a spoiler review, but I'll leave that till later in the movie, or not in the movie, later in the review. Um, JJ had to not necessarily make up for The Last Jedi, but pick up where it left off. And he does that basically by starting off in a completely different area than The Last Jedi left off. You know, from immediately from the opening scroll, it's a whole different movie. It already immediately feels like a different movie. And the action immediately starts right after the opening scroll. It's not really a spoiler, but the scene that in the trailer where you see Kylo Ren with his lightsaber taking down that guy, that's the first scene of the movie. So this movie starts off immediately from there. It's very fast paced, never boring. My only not my only critique, but one of my few critiques of the movie is that it feels like it should have been longer. It's the last movie of the series, you know, of the Skywalker saga, and it's not even close to the longest movie. It's like 20 minutes shorter than The Last Jedi. Should have been 20 minutes longer. Um, it just feels like it should have been a much longer movie. Um, the movie does a lot of like picking up from The Last Jedi, explaining stuff that happened in there that I personally didn't like. Um, Most fans didn't like, to be honest. Picked up a lot of where that left off. Picked up the pieces that it broke. Literally. Um, it spends a lot of its time trying to recover from what happened in Last Jedi and trying to explain stuff that happened. Um, it's hard to use or describe what happened without going into spoilers. I'll wait a little bit more to do that. Um, this is definitely the best we've seen of the three uh, main characters, Poe, Finn, and Rey. Uh, Definitely the best that we've seen of them. Finn gets to do stuff other than just scream Rey. I mean, he does still scream Rey, but he gets to do actual things. Um, Poe and Rey have such a great dynamic going on. A lot of bickering, but it's very interesting and fun to watch. Yeah, the whole group is really interesting to watch, and it really shows the difference in what they were trying to build to. Adam Driver was the standout again. He's spent the sequels basically carrying these movies. He's carried all three of the movies. He's just a wonderful actor, super fun to watch. Uh, the writing for him without the mask is always so good. They don't really know how to write for him when the mask is off or on, but when it's off, he is always super good and stands out very well. Even Hux is like an interesting character in this, um, but I'll go more into that a bit later. Or actually, I guess it's time now to go into spoilers. So if you uh, or I guess I could review it and then go into spoilers. So I would give Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker an 8.5 out of 10. I'll go into what I didn't like in the spoilers, but so if you haven't seen it yet, click away, go watch it, then come watch the rest of the video. The rest of the video is pretty much just gonna be spoiler full. Okay, so I'm expecting everyone who hasn't seen it or just doesn't care to be gone or whatever. So I think that this movie did a great job of of making up for the Last Jedi. Like, the lightsaber is like put back together. It shows Leia actually getting training to learn how to use the Force, which was amazing to see. And then the CGI de-aging was much better than it was in Rogue One. Uh, the Palpatine thing, Ray Palpatine, I kind of saw it coming from the first when she uses lightning to blow up the fake Chewie ship, and speaking of Chewie made me cry so hard when um, after Leia dies. When he finds out that Leia dies and collapses to his knees, that is the saddest I've ever been in a Star Wars movie. Um, Other than that, what did I like? This obviously isn't a perfect movie. There is some stuff that I didn't like. For example, um, the I guess the ending didn't really feel like it was it like deserved it. The entire series really feels like they needed someone like Marvel has Kevin Feige. They needed someone to helm it, and it just feels like it wasn't going anywhere. So when to end the movie with her saying that her name was Rey Skywalker, it just didn't feel right. Like it felt like it was missing something. Um, I didn't hate it though. Some people hated it. I don't get it. Really don't get it. Um, there's not much I didn't like. I thought it was just a fun Star Wars movie that did its job, and didn't really feel like it had had a central point. But that's not its fault. It's the fault of Disney, and because they didn't have a central person to say, oh, this is where we need it to go. Um, Honestly, really liked it a lot, and excited for the future of Star Wars still, whether or not it's with the Skywalker saga. So yeah, that's my review. 8.5 out of 10. Really liked it. Adam Driver's amazing. All actors did good with what they had. Yeah, like the movie. All right, see you guys in the next video.